What's up, guys? Chandler here with Rise Magic. I am about to fly to Dallas, Texas for a job. The thing is that our flight got delayed over an hour. I'm sitting here with my cars flying around. People are looking at me. I can see it. So lots of you guys ask how to approach people when you want to do magic. The simple thing is you just ask. So you guys are bored?
Yes.
After that?
Yes, I am.
Alright, pick any card you'd like.
This one.
What's up, guys? Chandler here with Rise Magic. It feels like it's been forever. I have been so busy with my new job down here in Dallas, Texas. And speaking of which, that clip you just saw at the intro, that was from about a week ago when I flew down from Philadelphia to Dallas to start this job. Now, unfortunately, that flight I took got delayed 3 separate times, and I ended up getting to Dallas 5 hours past when I was supposed to. But the good thing is that since the flight was delayed, all the passengers, they were bored, waiting around in the terminal. So I decided, you know what? This would be a great time to do some magic. And as you saw, they were complete strangers, obviously. So I thought I could give a little demo and some tips for you guys out there if you want to learn how to better approach complete strangers and show them magic tricks so you can get better at your personal skills and maybe get some sick content for social media like Instagram and YouTube of you doing what you do best. By the way, if any of you guys out there want to hear an update on what's going on in my life, my move down to Dallas, my brand new awesome job, I'll give you guys a quick little update. I'll spill all the beans at the end of the video, but for now I figured I would stick to these tips on how to perform magic to complete strangers. Because I'll be honest, yes, it can be scary at first, but I believe you guys can do it. Tip number 1, everybody is gonna say that you just need to be confident. And that is extremely true. You need to be confident to just walk up to a group of strangers all on your own and ask if they wanna see some magic tricks. Like, that's stressful, but let me give you some tips on what to actually say. You need to make sure that you're upfront and clear about who you are and what you're trying to do right away. If you're not, that's when it can get awkward. For example, you don't want to walk up to the group and say, "Hey guys, I'm Chandler, what's your name?" That's cringe. I can't have you guys be doing that. You need to be upfront about who you are right away. As you can see in the clip that I did, I immediately walked up and said, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm a professional magician. I want to do some magic tricks since everyone's so bored about the plane getting delayed. Is it cool if I film this and put it on YouTube? You guys okay with that?" Right away, they know, 1, I'm a magician, 2, I'm filming it for YouTube, and 3, I'm gonna show them some sick magic tricks right away. There's no awkward moment for them to even absorb the fact that a stranger just came up to them. And it's better for yourself if you're nervous to get into your magic as soon as possible, because that should be your comfort zone. Personally, I don't like just mingling with strangers. I mean, I guess everybody was a stranger at one point. But you know what I mean. I'm here to get some content for YouTube. I'm not trying to become best friends. You know, if that happens, cool. But you know what I mean? It's not that deep. If you don't want to go the whole YouTube route with your opening statement, your one-liner, that's perfectly fine. I would just suggest, once again, stating right away that the reason that you're walking up to them right now as a random group of strangers is because you want to show them magic tricks, not because you just randomly walk up to groups of friends who are just waiting around. That'd be weird. This has a purpose. And one more thing before you guys go in the comments and say, well, that's easy for you to approach a group of people saying you want to film for YouTube because you have this many subscribers and that gives you confidence. When I walk up and say that, none of those kids know how many subscribers I have. I could have 5 or 5 million. Your subscriber count does not matter. Neither does your camera. All that matters is that they know that you're there to perform magic and that you're filming it. So make sure you ask if you're okay to film. But what I'm saying is, none of them know that we have, 65,000 subscribers till after I'm done doing the magic. So it does not matter for the approach or how they perceive you right off the bat at all. For tip number 2, we're gonna circle back around to that first thing I mentioned about being confident. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna tell you the typical, just be yourself, be confident, because being confident only comes with a lot of experience when you're truly confident in who you are because you've done it so many times before. your first time, you're always gonna be scared. Because for me, who's done it a lot, looking back and seeing the footage of this crowded airport, I mean, obviously the footage was tilted to the side, but behind there, it was a very, very crowded terminal for a packed flight. I'm thinking, wow, Chandler, huge missed opportunity. I should have stood up, had my girlfriend take the camera, and go up there and say, "Hey, I'm doing magic, everybody get over here!" I honestly would have done that if it wasn't the fact that it was an airport, and yelling at the top of your lungs in an airport would probably make some people a little bit scared for obvious reasons. So it wasn't the appropriate place to do that, but the reason why I have that confidence to do something like that, and the reason why I've done stuff like that in the past, is you have to keep in mind that the whole concept behind this is that we're approaching strangers. You will most likely never see them again. And even if you do, who cares? They have no bearing on your life. They're just human beings just like you. Who cares what they think? I don't mean that in a negative way. I just want to say that so you have the freedom to just do whatever you want, knowing that, hey, I could throw up on the floor, slip in my throw up, fall, and crack my skull open. And let's say I survive the skull accident. In 2 weeks, it won't matter because I will never see any of them again for the rest of my life. That is what should give you confidence when approaching strangers. I could have walked up to that group of kids, as you see in this video, and immediately flopped and dropped my pass and dropped all the cards. And yes, would I have been embarrassed in the moment? Of course. But would it matter today? No, because none of them know who I am. None of them have seen my channel or know who, it doesn't matter. That should give you confidence. Anyway, I'm going on a rant. Basically what I'm saying is you have nothing to fear. I'm not saying you're not gonna be fearful. We all are in that sort of situation. But in reality, you have nothing to fear because the people you're performing for, you're not on America's Got Talent. You're not trying to impress classmates who you'll see every single day. These are strangers. This is your proving grounds. This is where you lock in those skills that'll last a lifetime. Third point out of the 4 points I have on how to better approach strangers, you're gonna want, if possible, to have a friend with you. For example, my YouTube line doesn't really work if no one's holding the camera and my girlfriend's not with me. In the past, what's great about Grant and I doing magic together is that one of us will be holding the camera while the other one performs. That makes it easy to approach people when you have a friend with you, because then you're not just approaching a group of friends, you have an experience that you're experiencing together with one of your best friends, or just, some cameraman you picked up off the street. You get what I'm saying. For mostly all of us, having that sense of familiarity, whether it's through my brother Grant or a friend holding the camera, or even my mom or dad noticing that I'm doing magic and then taking their phone and Snapchatting it, that sense of familiarity makes it a lot easier to approach a group of strangers because you feel a lot less outnumbered. Pro tip though, don't use the excuse that you can't create content for YouTube or social media because you don't have a friend who comes with you like I do to film stuff. I have plenty of times done the age-old, start doing the magic, don't even mention YouTube. Everyone takes their phones out because it's 2019. You pull out your phone and say, hey, you look like you're really good with, holding the phone and pressing record and all that stuff. Why don't you take my phone and we'll record this for YouTube? Works every time. I've done a lot of videos that way. Lastly, routines. I'm gonna sound like an old adult right now, but routines are imperative, not only in life, but in magic. Because that routine, if you get it down and you have it rehearsed, when you're nervous, when you're shaking because you're performing magic for strangers, you can fall back on that routine that you've practiced. If something gets messed up, you know what's coming next. You know how to set up the deck for the next trick because you've practiced your routine. Now, routining is a big enough topic for a whole separate video, but I will give you this quick little nugget. Just like at the beginning, how I said you should approach the people and let your intentions be known right away so there's no awkward air. Hey, I'm a magician. You want your first trick to be quick. You want it to be a quick hitter, no long plot waiting around because at this point you're so unproven. There is a group of strangers watching you thinking, I wonder if he's good. You want to prove that you're good almost right off the bat. Something I like to do is just a simple card switch and a hand sandwich, something like that. A little ambitious card routine, because that's quick. Card to mouth is another one I like to lead with. And then I would say in the middle, that's when you can put your longer tricks with the longer plots, because you've already established yourself. I'm a magician. I'm good because I just showed you a trick that happened really quick. Do your long one, and then you definitely want to save your best for last. It's a cliche for a reason. There you guys have it. 4 tips on how to better approach strangers on the street. First off, be quick and upfront about who you are and what you're trying to do. You're a magician. You're not just some random, dude approaching them. Number 2 was, be confident in what you're doing, because there's no consequences to any mistake you make while performing for strangers. You're never gonna see them again. So just relax. Unless you break some law, accidentally kill someone with your witchcraft, you're all good, man. Don't even sweat it. 3, go with a friend. The friend familiarity will help ease the tension of going up to some random people. And lastly, have a routine. That routine is gonna help you stay rooted, stay calm, and stick to what you know, and knock their socks off. All right, so I promised I'd give you guys a little bit of update as to what's going on. I'm currently in the wonderful state of Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, including myself. But everything's going great, guys. My health is holding up. I haven't really found a place to live yet. The real estate down here is really confusing because they have a lot of people moving in at all times. For instance, I was going around searching for an apartment down here. I found one online to go to, and it was close to where I'm staying now. So I walked over there to see this apartment that had this nice skyline view of Dallas. And when I'm looking at my maps, and I get there and I look up, and there's no building. There's just a sign that says construction will be complete in February of 2020. So I got bamboozled. I went searching for an apartment that literally had not been built yet. So yeah, but if I'm talking to you guys one-on-one, one of the coolest things about just my life in the past year is that, if you guys have been following the channel, you remember that almost a year ago today, I went on an airplane for the first time in my entire life, and I made a whole YouTube video about it. And I was so nervous just 365 days ago about being on a plane because of those health problems that I've had with my stomach. I'm not afraid to go on a plane because I think it's gonna fall and crash. I'm just afraid to be traveling in general, whether it's on a long road trip or in a plane, with how violently sick I can get at times with my stomach. It's just a nightmare situation if I were to need to go to the ER because I'm so sick, but I'm up in the airplane. It's just something that really terrified me at the time, especially since I had never done it before, so I didn't know what would happen if I got sick up there. And if you guys remember the videos from a year ago, I coped with it the only way I know how. I was in the airport terminal waiting to board the plane, so nervous. So during that waiting time, I went and did magic for employees in the terminals. And then when the plane actually took off and I was on the plane, I made a cardistry video on the airplane itself. Now, besides last summer, I really hadn't flown ever again, besides the couple flights I went on to California, which were my first times on an airplane ever. I flew again when I had that surgery in January of this year. And then for this job, I'm doing so much filming and recording of professional athletes that I'm flying all over the place all the time. In fact, since that flight you saw at the beginning of the video where I was going from Philly to Dallas for my job, I have been on 8 flights in under a week. I flew from Dallas to Houston to Jackson, Mississippi to Atlanta and then back to Dallas in just the course of 24 hours. So it's just amazing to see just, that top-down view of my life when God is, planning everything out and everything seems so chaotic, that the twist, that the thing I feared the most a year ago is the thing that I'm going to be doing the most now. But that's pretty much the only thing I wanted to share, guys. Everything's going great. I can't wait to get everything that I have, which is mainly just my playing cards down here. Besides, I already have my computer, my camera. What else do I need? But hey, if any of you guys out there are very experienced travelers, as you can tell, I've only got a few flights under my belt, and I only started ever going on a plane last summer. So if you have any really cool travel tips and techniques that you want to share with me in the comments, hey, I'm all ears, because I've been reading all this stuff about, how to pack my toothpaste and how to fold my clothes and what I can bring on the plane. all sorts of things. It's really all new to me. So if you got any really cool travel tips, drop them below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More awesome content coming soon. The content will obviously evolve into more complex videos once I get my whole setup down in Texas. Always appreciate you guys. I find it so cool that I can share these parts of my life with you besides just the magic stuff. Thank you for caring. Thank you for watching. And, man, it's cool, guys. Life's cool. I'm excited. I'll see you guys next week.